Ladies, ever noticed how our bodies change over time and not just in the ways we expect? One of those subtle shifts is our personal scent. As we age, our body odor evolves, and what once smelled familiar might now seem a bit different. But don't worry, it's a natural part of life, and understanding why it happens can help us embrace these changes with confidence. So, let's dive into 8 surprising facts about how our body odor transforms as we get older and discover some tips to keep feeling fresh and fabulous. First off, think of your skin as a living, breathing ecosystem. As you age, that ecosystem shifts. Remember when you were younger and maybe had oily skin or even breakouts, especially during your teenage years or early adulthood? That was because your sebaceous glands, those tiny oil producers in your skin, were working double time. But as we get older, our skin produces less oil. At first, that might seem like a blessing, especially if you struggled with oily skin in your younger years. However, less oil means a change in how your skin interacts with the air around it, the products you use, and even your body's own chemistry. This shift in oil production doesn't just affect how our skin feels, it also affects how we smell. Oil acts like a carrier for scent molecules. When you had more oil, it helped hold on to certain natural scents, and even enhanced how perfume smelled on your skin. Now that your oil production has decreased, you might notice that perfumes and lotions smell slightly different on you, or don't last as long. But it's not just about perfume. The natural bacteria on your skin, which help break down sweat and create body odor, are also affected by this change. With less oil, your skin might not hold on to that natural earthy scent from your younger years. Instead, many older women develop a scent that's a little softer, sometimes slightly sweet or even powdery. So if you've ever noticed that your favorite perfume from your 30s or 40s just doesn't smell quite the same on you anymore, it's not your imagination. It's your skin chemistry evolving with age, which, unfortunately, can manifest into something called old people smell. It's real, but it's not what you think. Let's listen to what this dermatologist has to say on the subject.
You know there's a scientific reason that older people have that old people smell? You know, the musty, greasy, grassy smell that can linger on clothes and furniture. But here's why. Starting at age 40, the way the omega-7 unsaturated fatty acids that sit on the surface of our skin degrade changes. As these fatty acids are exposed to oxygen, they're degraded to what's called 2-nonenal, which is an unsaturated aldehyde that gives off that distinct smell.
So now you know, unlike regular sweat or body odor, this compound is a byproduct of oxidative stress, which happens as our bodies naturally break down fatty acids in the skin, and it's the source of that old people's smell, so often associated with older women. Now, before you panic and start scrubbing yourself with every soap imaginable, let me reassure you this is completely natural, and there are ways to manage it. One of the best ways to minimize the smell is by staying hydrated and eating a diet rich in antioxidants. Green tea, citrus fruits, and leafy greens can actually help reduce oxidative stress, which in turn can lower the production of this odor-causing compound. And if you want an easy trick, make sure you're exfoliating regularly. A gentle scrub once or twice a week can help remove dead skin cells where the compound tends to build up, leaving you feeling fresh and smelling great. Next up, let's talk about hormonal shifts. Ladies, you've gone through those monthly hormonal fluctuations in your younger years, possibly pregnancy, in early adulthood, and now, approaching or maturing through menopause. Well then, you know how much hormones affect everything. Mood swings? Check. Hot flashes? Absolutely. But what many women don't realize is that hormones also play a major role in body odor. Estrogen, in particular, has a huge impact on how we smell. When estrogen levels are high, like during pregnancy or in our younger years, it tends to keep body odor mild and in check. But as estrogen levels decline, especially after menopause, our natural scent can change. One of the biggest shifts that happens after menopause is an increase in dryness. Our skin becomes drier and so do our sweat glands. Now you might think less sweat means less odor, but here's where it gets interesting. Drier skin can actually change the balance of bacteria that live on our skin. No longer do we have that neutral odor of our younger years, where our sweat had more moisture and when mixed with bacteria, created a softer scent. Post-menopause, with less moisture and a different bacterial balance, coupled with those nasty compounds released by oxidative stress, you might have begun to notice a slightly sharper or even spicier scent to your natural body odor. For some women, this change is barely noticeable, For others, it can be a bit frustrating, especially if the deodorant or body wash they've used for years suddenly isn't working the same way. If that's you, try switching to a pH-balanced body wash designed for mature skin. These products help restore the skin's natural acidity, keeping odor-causing bacteria in check. Another trick, natural fabrics like cotton or bamboo can help absorb moisture better than synthetic fabrics like polyester, which tend to trap sweat and make odors worse. A simple wardrobe swap can actually make a big difference in how fresh you feel throughout the day. Here's something you might not have thought about. Your medications could be affecting how you smell. Think about it. Most medications work by altering some process in your body, whether it's lowering blood pressure, balancing hormones, or managing pain. But as these drugs break down in your system, they can also interact with your body's natural chemistry in unexpected ways, including changing how you smell. Some common medications known to affect body odor include blood pressure medications, which can cause excess sweating or a slightly different sweat composition. Antidepressants and anxiety medications can also affect neurotransmitters that influence sweat production, leading to a stronger or different scent. Diabetes medications in some cases can cause a faintly sweet or fruity odor due to changes in blood sugar metabolism. One medication that surprises many people is painkillers, particularly opioids. Some people report that long-term use of strong painkillers leads to a noticeable change in their natural scent. If you've noticed a shift in your body odor after starting a new medication, don't be afraid to bring it up with your doctor. Sometimes, even small dosage adjustments can reduce unwanted side effects. And, if stopping the medication isn't an option, focus on drinking plenty of water and eating hydrating foods like cucumbers, melons, and celery. Staying hydrated helps flush excess compounds from your system, reducing any unwanted scent changes. It's time to talk about diet. You've probably heard the saying, "You are what you eat." Well, when it comes to body odor, that couldn't be more true. What you put into your body directly affects how you smell on the outside. Think about how garlic and onions can make your breath smell strong after a meal. That's because these foods contain sulfur compounds that get released through your pores as your body metabolizes them. But those aren't the only foods that affect body odor. There are many more, and some might surprise you. Foods that can make you smell stronger include red meat, which takes longer to digest. During this process, certain byproducts can mix with sweat, giving off a heavier scent. Then there's alcohol. When your body breaks it down, some of it escapes through your sweat, which is why some people smell like alcohol after a night of drinking. Spicy foods, hot peppers, and strong spices like curry can cause more intense sweating and a lingering scent on the skin. Dairy products belong in this list too. For some people who don't digest dairy well, when the body struggles to break down lactose, it can lead to a slightly sour body odor. But it's not all bad news. Some foods actually help keep you smelling fresh. Foods that can help reduce body odor include leafy greens like spinach, kale, and parsley, which are rich in chlorophyll, acting as a natural deodorizer. Citrus fruits like oranges, lemons, and grapefruits help flush toxins from the body, leading to a fresher scent. Herbs like mint and basil contain natural oils that can slightly improve how your sweat smells. Green tea, packed with antioxidants, helps neutralize odors from the inside out. So, if you've noticed that your natural scent has changed, take a closer look at your diet. Even small tweaks like swapping out red meat for more fish or adding fresh fruits and greens to your meals can make a difference in how you smell. I'm sure you must have noticed at some point in your life that when you're anxious or under pressure, you smell different. That's because not all sweat is the same. Your body has two types of sweat glands. Those activate with physical activity that produce watery, odorless sweat to cool you down, and the other type that take the lead when stress takes hold. This later type are located in areas like your armpits and groin and produce a thicker sweat full of proteins and fats. And here's the problem. Stress sweat isn't just water. It contains fats and proteins that bacteria love to break down, leading to a sharp, unpleasant smell. And guess what? As we get older, stress can hit us harder. Between health concerns, financial worries, or even just feeling overwhelmed by changes in life, stress can become a bigger part of our daily routine. That means more stress sweat, which leads to stronger body odor. So what can you do? Practice deep breathing exercises. Slowing down your breath can help lower stress hormones and reduce stress sweat. Use an antibacterial body wash. Since stress sweat is caused by bacteria breaking down sweat compounds, killing those bacteria can help. Wear loose, breathable fabrics. Tight clothing can trap stress sweat, making it worse. Go for natural fabrics like cotton or linen. Most importantly, be kind to yourself. Managing stress isn't just about smelling better, it's about feeling better too. You may not realize it, but sometimes it's not you that smells, it's your clothes. As we age, our sweat composition changes, and if certain fabrics absorb these new oils and sweat compounds, they can trap odors that don't wash out easily. Synthetic fabrics like polyester and nylon are the worst offenders. Unlike natural fabrics, which allow air to flow, synthetic materials trap moisture and bacteria, leading to lingering smells even after washing. And here's something surprising. Fabric softeners and some detergents can actually make the problem worse. Many commercial detergents leave behind a residue that builds up over time, holding on to odors instead of getting rid of them. So, how can you make sure your clothes stay fresh? Wash clothes in white vinegar. Adding half a cup of white vinegar to your wash cycle can help break down odor-causing bacteria and remove buildup from detergents. Use baking soda. A little baking soda in your laundry acts as a natural deodorizer, helping to lift trapped odors. Avoid overloading your washer. If you pack too many clothes into one load, they won't get properly cleaned, allowing odors to linger. Sun-dry your clothes when possible. Sunlight is a natural disinfectant and helps kill bacteria that cause odors. If you've noticed that even freshly washed clothes have a faint musty or stale smell, try these tricks. Sometimes it's not about changing your body scent. It's about making sure your clothes aren't working against you. And let's talk about your home environment. Believe it or not, the air in your home, the furniture you sit on, and even the products you use daily can influence how you smell. For example, have you ever noticed that some older homes have a certain scent? That's because over time, fabric-covered furniture, carpets, and even wooden surfaces absorb scents from cooking, perfumes, pets, and even body oils. If these scents mix with the natural changes happening in your body, they can create an entirely new smell that becomes associated with you. Even air quality plays a role. If your home is poorly ventilated, airborne particles can settle on your skin and clothes, subtly changing your scent. On the other hand, homes with fresh air circulation tend to have a cleaner, lighter scent. To keep your home environment fresh and prevent unwanted odors from clinging to you, try these simple steps. Open windows regularly. Fresh air helps eliminate stale odors trapped inside. Use baking soda on furniture and carpets. Just like in your laundry, baking soda absorbs odors. Sprinkle some on your couch or carpet, let it sit for a few hours, then vacuum it up. Wash bedding and upholstery regularly. Sweat and body oils can build up on pillows, blankets, and chairs over time. Invest in an air purifier. These help remove dust, pet dander, and airborne particles that could be affecting how you smell. By making small changes to your living space, you can ensure that your natural scent remains fresh and pleasant. Aging brings many changes, and body odor is just one of them. Here's another thing that affects seniors' lives, and the perfect solution.